Good morning, everyone. It's December 26, 2018. New York Times suggests eradication of all humans, not a bad thing, because climate change. Ooh, climate change. Alright. And you know what's really terrible about this is people really believe that they're to blame for this climate change. They're not going to come out and tell you that Earth has cycles and Sun has cycles that pretty much dictate our climate, but I digress. This is from Michael Schneider. Looks like it may be a lengthy article. I haven't read it yet, but I jumped up this morning. I felt really bad yesterday. My back hurt, and I spent my entire day in bed. Can you believe that? I hardly ever do something like that, but they hurt pretty bad, so here we are. Would our planet be better off if humanity ceased to exist? Well, let me answer that question right now. Yes, it would be better off. The animals would be better off. The planet itself would be better off. But the planet was made for us. We're here, right? So we have to use it. So we can do things that make it so we're not so, I don't know, corrosive to this planet. Like, you know, not allowing Bayer and Monsanto and Syngenta and DuPont, the rest of them, from dumping shit into the rivers and into the soil. That would be a good start. And oh yeah, let's not forget about the military's use of depleted uranium. It's spread all over the Middle East, and as a result, that place isn't going to be habitable for a long time. But I digress again. He says that it's quite a morbid question, but today an increasing number of intellectuals are bringing it up because they are convinced that we are the source of everything that is wrong with our world. Well, we are, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why we're the source of everything wrong with this world. Because we allow dickheads like President Trump, President Obama, and every one of the senators, congressmen, governors, all the way down to your city mayors. We allow these people to run our lives as if we're fucking toddlers in a daycare center. You can't smoke marijuana. It might make you see things differently. You can't drop acid. You'll see things differently. Oh, no mescaline for you. I digress again, though. According to these zealots, humans are the primary source of climate change, and if we do not alter our course, the planet will be destroyed. I hate to break the fucking news to them, but the planet is already destroyed. And it's thanks to nuclear power plants and all the things I just mentioned with Bayer, Monsanto, DuPont, and the rest of them. But since humanity apparently lacks the will to end the behaviors which are destroying the planet, many of them also believe that it would be a good thing if we were to be completely wiped out somehow. And you know the people that are in favor of this, right? Everyone with power. Pretty much. I mean, you'll get the occasional billionaires like, fuck that shit, man. You're nuts. I'm enjoying my billionaire status. We do that, there's no more enjoying that shit. And there's not. Some normal people would never think this way, but these are the sorts of discussions that intellectuals and elitists are now having all the time. And sometimes this bleeds over into the mainstream media. For example, New York Times just published a very long article by Clemson University professor of philosophy Todd May entitled, "Would Human Extinction Be a Tragedy?" I'm going to answer that too. The reason why I'm going to say no with that is because there would be no one around to feel the tragedy, so it couldn't be a tragedy if no one is there to feel it, right? And here's a brief excerpt from, what was his name? Todd May's paper or article. To make that case, let me start with a claim that I think will be at once depressed and, upon reflective, uncontroversial. Let me try that one again. To make the case, let me start with a claim that I think will be at once depressing and, upon reflection, uncontroversial. Human beings are destroying large parts of the planet, destroying large parts of the inhabitable earth and causing unimaginable suffering to many of the animals that inhabit it. I agree with that, we do. But of course, a lot of that is due to war. This is happening through at least, or for at least 3 reasons. First, human contribution to climate change is devastating ecosystems. As the recent article on Yellowstone Park in the Times exemplifies. I didn't even see that article, but I digress. I'm going to have to look it up just to see. Second, increasing human population is encroaching on ecosystems that would otherwise be intact. Third, factory farming fosters the creation of millions upon millions of animals for whom it offers nothing but suffering and misery before slaughtering them in often barbaric ways. And I agree with them there. Everyone needs to have their own small amount of chickens. Everyone needs a couple of goats. Everyone needs a small garden. That in itself would fix a lot of the problems we have. Okay, humanity then is the source of devastation of the lives of conscious animals on a scale that's difficult to comprehend. And I agree with them there. We are terrible to our animals. I have dogs, and I fucking hate them. I hate them. They're needy. They bark. They make noise. And occasionally they shit on my floor, and I don't like that. It makes me very angry. But I digress again. The New York Times did not have to publish Professor May's article, but they did. So they must believe that this is a reasonable opinion. Later on in the same article, May suggests that the elimination of the human species would be a good thing if it wasn't for humanity's wonderful creative endeavors. Now, I don't know about human extinction, but the extinction of political and religious systems would go a long way in fixing our planet and ourselves. A very long way. I mean, you've recalled what Bill Gates and Ted Turner and David Rockefeller, the Rothschild guy, Jacob, just shitloads of them want human species to be extincted. And we continue with our wars, we continue with a a lot of the things we do, that's exactly what we're going to get. This right here reminds me of a map on Call of Duty. I recently got Modern Warfare for Xbox One. I love that game, man. I really do. It's the first Call of Duty I played, and or online anyway, and I gamed on a PC, and I really liked that game. So I've spent considerable hours this week playing it. Unfortunately, I did beat it in the first day I had it, so at least the story mode. But he's right, we do have wonderful creative endeavors, so why don't we use that creativity to change our world for the better? I mean, we don't have to be materialistic, we don't have to be greedy, we don't have to be assholes, but we choose to be all of those things. And you know, if we made the choice not to be, the world would be a better place, and then maybe we can get rid of the assholes in Washington and the state capitals and the United Nations. That's who I think should be exterminated. That's who I think should be hanged by the streetlights. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? Anyway, thought I'd share this with you. I live in the state Clemson is in, so South Carolina. New York Times suggests eradication of all humans not a bad thing because of climate change. It reminds me of Z Nation, The Reset. If you don't know about it, check it out. It's a good show. Till next time, kill the state, live free.